D'Angelo Russell, Kristaps Porzingis, and Mario Hezonja? Who even is? In this video, we will talk about every player who was drafted before Devin Booker, and where they are now. And stay to the end to find out the little-known reason why this happened. We'll be real with you, the 2015 draft class is definitely up there with the most underperforming in recent years. So to look at where these dudes are now, there's no better place to start than the #1 pick from the draft, Karl-Anthony Towns.
With the first pick in the 2015 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Karl-Anthony Towns.
Coming in as one of the 4 draft selections from Kentucky that year, including Booker, KAT was primed to be the next big thing after just 1 year of college ball, and frankly speaking, he started off looking like it. In his first season with the Minnesota Timberwolves, this dude played and started in all 82 regular season games, and averaged 18.3 points and 10.5 rebounds. And he got even better in the next couple of seasons. Many 25-point games, easily shattering franchise and NBA records, and getting back-to-back All-Star selections in 2018 and 19. And oh, that crazy 56-point game against the Hawks. KAT was living up to the expectations for the most part. However, calf injury problems and the Timberwolves having quite a shite roster have stifled Towns' progress big time. Sure, he's an icon back in Minnesota, but he definitely hasn't hit the heights expected of a #1 pick. There's still time to turn things around for the power forward, and maybe eventually ditch the Timberwolves for a championship team. And playing on a weak team is almost an excuse the #2 pick D'Angelo Russell can also make.
The second pick in the 2015 NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select D'Angelo Russell from The Ohio State University.
This dude got drafted by the Lakers during probably their worst ever eras, and had his first season tainted by the Lakers' disgusting 17-65 record. Got traded to the Nets 2 years later, which, to be real, wasn't much of an improvement. His only chance for something real came during his lone season with the Warriors, but it turns out D'Angelo has no luck. How else do you explain joining a Warriors team that had just gone all the way to the finals in 2018 and 19 and ended up not even making the playoffs? Mind you, the Warriors ended up winning the championship just 2 years after he left. By this time, Russell had teamed up with KAT in Minnesota, but they never quite managed to get things going, and he eventually found his way back to the Lakers in 2023. Injuries haven't done him good either, but there have been sparks of the D'Angelo we saw in Ohio, like bagging 52 points against the Timberwolves for the Warriors and his one All-Star season in 2019. When you remember that Kevin Durant and Ja Morant were both #2 picks though, let's just say Russell has got a long way to go. He's definitely done better than this next guy though, Jahlil Okafor. Who? Exactly.
Philadelphia 76ers select Jahlil Okafor from Duke University.
6'10" center, consensus first-team All-American USBWA National Freshman of the Year, the Philadelphia Sixers definitely thought they got a steal getting this dude as their 3rd pick. Turns out the joke is on them. Yeah, the Nigerian-American started pretty well, finishing 5th in the 2016 NBA Rookie of the Year award voting, and earning NBA All-Rookie first-time honors, but that was it. He didn't even get past that rookie year before his meniscus got torn. Since then, he's been a ghost of who we all saw win the 2014 NCAA championship for Duke. 2 years with the Sixers, spells with the Brooklyn Nets, New Orleans Pelicans, and Detroit Pistons were all he got before he ended up in China, Mexico, and now Spain. Damn. Moving on, as the #4 pick from the 2015 draft, we have Kristaps Porzingis.
The New York Knicks select Kristaps Porzingis.
When you get called the unicorn by Kevin Durant because of a unique skill combination and get compared to Dirk Nowitzki every couple of days, you're definitely doing something right. Having come in with years of experience playing European ball, Porzingis immediately became one of the Knicks' potential cornerstones upon getting drafted. His spectacular 2018 All-Star season remains one of the biggest what-ifs for Knicks fans because it was primed to be the start of something special. However, beef with the front office meant him getting traded to the Mavericks, and injuries and inconsistency never let the unicorn get back to those levels. We definitely got to see him get near his best during one season with the Washington Wizards, but again, the front office didn't see Kristaps fitting into their rebuilding plan and traded him to the Boston Celtics in 2023. And you know what? The Latvian giant might just get back to cooking as part of the Celtics' quality roster. When it comes to Mario Hezonja, however, we don't need time telling.
With the 5th pick in the 2015 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Mario Hezonja.
This dude is up there with the worst first 10 picks in any draft class. Fans of European basketball won't agree with that though, but the numbers don't lie. Averaging 6.9 points, 3.1 rebounds, and 1.3 assists in 5 NBA seasons is absolutely disastrous. The crazy part is, the Orlando Magic, New York Knicks, and Trailblazers former small forward somehow manages to transform into a different beast when he plays in Europe. Be it Russia, Greece, or Spain, Hezonja is more of Super Mario across the Atlantic and has multiple league championships, MVP, and other individual awards as evidence. It's hard to say if the guy who got selected next was actually cut out for any ball at all. His name? Willie Cauley-Stein.
The Sacramento Kings select Willie Cauley-Stein.
You've probably never heard the name, and who can blame you? We know that sounds a bit harsh, but good old Willie came into the NBA for Kentucky. All 7 feet of him, played a handful of good games for the Sacramento Kings, got moved around the league from the Golden State Warriors to the Dallas Mavericks, and then the Philadelphia Sixers, all in the space of 6 years, and that was it. How he managed to suit up for 4 NBA franchises and still end up with only 8.9 points per game and 1.4 assists is still hard to explain. He got an NBA All-Rookie second-team selection in 2016, but got shipped to the Rio Grande Valley Vipers in the G League and now plays for the Open Medes Varese of the Lega Basket Serie A in Italy. All these dudes getting drafted before Devin Booker answers any questions about the accuracy of NBA draft selections. It definitely doesn't get any worse though, right? Oh, sorry to break it to you, it does. Coming in as the 7th overall draft pick from 2018, Congolese-American Emmanuel Kabea Mudiay has pretty much the same career trajectory as Willie Cauley-Stein.
For Mudiay fires a long buzzer beater from about.
Getting selected by the Nuggets after spending a year playing for the Chinese outfit Guangdong Southern Tigers, Emmanuel averaged 12.8 points and a career-high 3.4 rebounds and 5.5 assists in his first season to earn a place in the NBA All-Rookie second team. The Nuggets then traded the point guard to the Knicks, where he spent nearly his entire first season injured. In his defense though, he had already shown his injury proneness well in China, and somehow still got a 7th overall pick. His next season with the Knicks showed progress as he averaged a career-high 15 points that season, but forgettable spells with the Utah Jazz and Sacramento Kings meant bye-bye NBA. Up next is Detroit Pistons' 8th overall draft pick, Stanley Herbert Johnson Jr.
The Detroit Pistons select Stanley Johnson from the University of Arizona.
To keep it short, this brother has probably played more games in the NBA G League than in the league itself. In Johnson's 4 years in Detroit, he never averaged up to 10 points per game, 4 rebounds, or 2 assists. Not like he's done better at any of the other teams he has played for, which includes the New Orleans Pelicans, the Toronto Raptors, the LA Lakers, and the San Antonio Spurs. Johnson had multiple spells at different G League teams amidst all these trades and is once again trying to get his career back on the road, this time with Miami Heat's Sioux Falls Skyforce. Considering the Pistons' highest picks in recent years are this dude, Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, and Killian Hayes, all of whom haven't turned out as we all expected, Ozar Thompson definitely has some work to do. Ever heard of Frank Kaminsky?
The Charlotte Hornets select Frank Kaminsky.
If you followed college basketball some 8 years ago, you would've. This 7-foot, 240-pound center was the unanimous 2015 National College Player of the Year out of Bennett Academy in Illinois. You can't really blame the Charlotte Hornets for using their 9th draft pick on him, but once they did get him, it just never clicked. Like most of the dudes that came before him in the draft, injuries and inconsistent performances saw him go from the Hornets to the Suns to the Hawks, and finally the Rockets before he eventually packed his stuff in February 2023 and headed to Serbia to play for the Partizan Mozart Bet. Perhaps one of the saddest cases of a failed prospect in this list is that of Justice Winslow.
The Miami Heat select Justice Winslow
When the Heat selected Winslow as a power forward from Duke with the 10th pick, Coach Eric Spoelstra had a plan. Winslow was repeatedly called upon to go toe-to-toe against the league's best attackers. We're talking about everyone from James Harden to LeBron James. Justice was gradually becoming a defensive powerhouse in just his first NBA season. Sadly, an unending list of injuries everywhere, from his right shoulder to his back and right knee, have repeatedly sidelined this guy. After time with the Grizzlies, Clippers, and most recently the Blazers, it's hard to assume Winslow ever gets to the top again. Since Devin Booker got drafted 13th overall, leaving us with the Indiana Pacers cult hero Miles Turner,
Indiana Pacers select Miles Turner from the University of Texas,
who is clear of most of these guys and has twice been the NBA's block leader. Turner has also been a constant player of the Indiana Pacers roster since his getting drafted, and has played relatively important roles in their 5 payoff appearances in the last 8 seasons. And finally, as the 12th overall pick from that underwhelming 2015 draft class, we have Trey Lyles. He is definitely not the worst on this list and has game time for every franchise he has played for, from Utah to Denver to San Antonio to Detroit to Sacramento. But a 7.8 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 1 assist per game average isn't impressive for even a second-round draftee. So, woo?